Hi. Thanks for joining me. I'm at a coffee shop right now, and actually it's my favorite coffee shop. It's Java Punk. I love hanging out here, and I just like the atmosphere. Kind of loud, so I don't know if you can hear me or hear everybody around me, but I wanted to come on because the word authenticity came up for me. Have you ever noticed that when someone asks you what you do, you kind of struggle with what you say? You're like, well, Well, I, as a speaker coach, still do that. I still have great difficulty describing who I am because I don't like to say what I do. And so the first thing you say is, well, I'm an international award-winning keynote speaker. It's contrived because I don't see myself as that. I see myself as Michelle, and that I hang out and I talk to all of you. So I don't see myself as an international speaker. I see myself as Michelle sharing and helping other people get their message out. So what I'm encouraging all of you is if you're finding difficulty describing what you do, when someone says, what do you do? What would you tell your best friend? What do you do? Well, Michelle, what do you do? Well, I help other people find their message inside of them, and so they look good on stage and they get their message out clearly and concisely so that other people can find what they do and they can change the world. That's what I do. I just happen to be a speaker on top of that, and I travel the world. But that can come out later. Still, being authentic, I'm always the same person on stage and off stage. That's who I am. But my problem with this is people expect, or do I think people expect, or do you think people expect to hear a job title? So when you're being authentic and you're out there representing yourself as a company or for a company, and someone says, what do you do? Share from your heart what you do. What do you get out of what you do so that they can understand really what you do? I know that sounds kind of backwards, but truly that's it. When you're being authentic, represent yourself, come out as who you are and not what you think a title represents that you do. All right? I mean, do you help people find financial freedom? And then they do, well, how does that happen? Most of us in the world, you would want to have like a tag of like 4 words that kind of explain what you do. And the most comfortable thing for me to say is, I help turn on the lights in other people, or I help take that veil off their face so that they can truly see who they are and what they bring to the world. And then if someone wants to know what I do, I can say, well, I do that by speaking on big stages and writing books and coaching other people. But then that way I could be authentically me. I can share what I truly do. So what do you do? What do you bring to the world? What does your job do? No, you're not an accountant. What do you do? I'm a teacher. What do you do? You see, if you can say, if you're a teacher, you can say, every day I lighten up minds to see potential in themselves and in the future, or to see their potential as an artist, or anything of that nature. And then when someone says, what exactly does that mean? I'm a teacher. I work in an elementary school. And I think if we were more authentic in truly saying what we do and who we are, it'd make life a little easier to interact, because so often, I've met so many people who do, well, I'm a real estate agent. Well, then I know 15 billion real estate agents and a whole bunch of accountants. But what do you do that would make me click enough that I can say, I know so-and-so, she would be perfect for you. Or I know so-and-so, he would be perfect for you. Anything that makes you stand out different from everyone else in your fields, so that when someone is interacting and they meet someone who needs someone just like you, we know who to send them to. It's being authentic. So don't give your title. Work on that. Don't give your job title. Give what your heart brings and be authentically you. And how I love to say, be the best version of you. Now, if you happen to stumble across this Facebook Live and you have no idea who I am, my name is Michelle Mras. That's my website. And I like to take veils off of people so they can realize how amazing and wonderful they are and what gifts they bring to the world. I do that by helping them get stage presence, obtain a magnetism that people will attract to them, and to help them with their messaging so they can bring it out to the world. I do one-on-one coaching also, so I can help dig deeper and to get into that. But that's what I do. If you want to learn more about me, go to my website, or if you want to hear me talk, I have a YouTube page with my name on it, and I also have a podcast on Anchor, and that's a mental shift on Anchor, and that's the link for that too. But just be authentically you, be the best version of you, and be genuine. Be genuine to yourself. Because I know every time I go to a networking meeting, I struggle with it every time. So practice does make perfect. But perfect practice makes it better. And instead of practice, why don't I just be me? Share from your heart. Be authentically you. Be the best version of you. And stop struggling with those words of who are you? And share why you do what you do. So have a fabulous rest of your week, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Or maybe you can catch me next time. Subscribe, or put on the alert button on Facebook Live so that you know when I come on live. And that way you can catch me the next time I come on. How about that? That'd be a good deal. So have a great one, and until then, TTFN.